Hi, I'm Trish Angela. I'm the study abroad coordinator, and I wanted to share with you some information about our programming. Today, I have one of our former travelers with us. Her name is Mel. She traveled to Italy in 2019. Hi, Mel.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Hey, okay, so you participated in some of our pre-travel classes and our orientation to get us ready for travel. Can you tell me how that prepared you for our trip?
Yeah, so the pre-travel that we did, we had an orientation that was in the half moon where we got to meet our fellow travelers and who we would be sharing a room with. It kind of let us know where we would be going within Italy, the expectations, who we could go to for like emergency purposes, first aid, who knew the language, and just all around getting to know everybody. And then to get us ready for the actual traveling, we went to downtown Denver and just sort of wandered around with our groups as if we were in Italy. That gave us a chance to not only see, okay, is our travel bags going to be okay? Are we going to be comfortable walking around in the heat? Are the shoes good? Are the people that we're walking with, how are they? And just all around getting a feel of being out and about without actually having to be on the plane and being in Italy first.
Yeah, those field trips is yes, to get you ready for travel, but to give you an opportunity to get to know some of the other travelers before we travel. I feel like that makes the trip a little bit easier. You feel more confident and more relaxed as we get, started at the airport. You also participated in our fundraising. We do a lot of activities to help students pay for the trip. And you did do some participating in that. And then I believe you received a little bit of funding from us to help cover some of our expenses. Can you tell me how your fundraising experience went?
Yeah, so for the fundraising, I did a lot of them. So I did grapes and hots for grads and some of the like bake sale stuff for the pottery sale event and a couple of other miscellaneous ones here and there. But for those, it was for the amount of hours that you worked in the volunteer position, you would get so much money put towards the amount that you paid toward the trip. So collectively, I think I only spent like $2,000 out of all of the volunteer services that I did.
Great. Yeah, we try to do at least 2 or 3 per semester. And since we start so early in the process, not our, the monthly payments are a little bit lower because we do start so soon. It also allows us more time to participate in fundraising. Did you happen to do any of the independent fundraising where you wrote a letter and sent it out to family and friends to see if they wanted to help donate to your trip?
No.
Okay.
But speaking of the early sign in, I did sign up fairly early for the trip, so a lot of the discounts and stuff that I got from that helped too. Because I think signing up early, I got an additional $500 off.
Yeah, we do those early enrollment incentives, so that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Okay, can you tell me how the trip impacted your personal, educational, or your career goals?
So I can tell you how it impacted personal goals because that's really why I took the trip to begin with. It was really getting out of my comfort zone. Italy was someplace that I had always wanted to visit. It was kind of the epicenter of the Renaissance. And I'm very much like a homebody. I don't really go exploring too much. So getting out of the country and away from my comforts really helped me to, I guess, break out of my shell a little bit and be out into the open, taking up space and just being a person who exists for the time that I had done it. Um, yeah, it was just really breaking out of my shell. And since then, I've even gotten more comfortable going out into like cafes and stuff and just drawing or people watching and drawing and stuff like that out in public.
Oh, that's great. Well, definitely, although we want to impact your education and we want to impact your career, we do find the personal growth is probably one of the things we see the most immediately. change. So,
Yeah. And I mean, education wise, it did help a little bit because it pushed me to continue with my degree, because before I went on that trip, I was really on the cusp of dropping out again. And that helped me to push forward into that goal.
oh, that's exciting to hear. Thanks. And then lastly, we have lots of students who are interested, but they haven't quite made the decision to register for the trip. What would you tell them now that you've gone on one of our study abroad programs?
Definitely do it. If it's a place that you find interesting, if there's anything about the places that study abroad is going to that you seem like you would want to go and do that, definitely do it. The cost shouldn't prevent people from going. There are ways to get the cost down, either through the community, through scholarships, through volunteer work. Cost shouldn't be an issue here, because if it's someplace that you want to go, you should go, because there's nothing like being in that place. It's so much different than reading in a book. Like, you can see those places in books and be like, oh yeah, this is a really cool place. I've studied Italy for years. It's like I've always been there. It's not quite the same. There's nothing like getting lost in Venice. A book can't do that.
Oh, that's great advice. Okay. Well, Mel, I thank you so much. I hope you might come on another trip with us. And thank you so much for sharing your insight.
Of course.